sticking with the hip mobility and working on hip motion, which is so crucial to Jiu-Jitsu. I can't say enough how important hip mobility is to Jiu-Jitsu. The more mobile your hips are, the less strain you're gonna put on your knees, getting in certain positions. You know, for example, rubber guard, or really getting back into guard retention, retaining guard, moving your hips, fighting off, getting past. All those things so important. The hips are probably one of the most important areas you can focus on. So here's some banded hip mobility, hip stretching exercises that are so important to work on and get those hips moving better and decrease pain in the front of the hip and pinching and tightness. It's gonna help loosen you up, help you function better, help those hips move better, and just keep you more loose and decrease likelihood of injury. So hope this helps, guys. Let me know what you think, jiu-jitsutherapist.com, and thanks. We're gonna take this band, put it kind of right at our hip joint, scoot out just to where you feel a good amount of tension on it. You can even hold here. So then we can start different planes. So we get it right in our hip joint, grab underneath the leg. You can kind of bring it up, hold. You can go in further ranges. You can even take your hip out a little bit in some different planes this way. So another modification is, again, holding about 15 seconds or so. You can just kind of work different planes. You can even bring the leg out in different directions. You can get some distraction in that hip joint. So first of all, you can even, like this, just lay like this and get a good stretch from the band down. You can actually, and it's gonna give you a little distraction, a little pulling down with the band, and what that's gonna do is create space in that hip joint. So you can kind of do this, you can kind of work different planes. Different directions with the hip as well. Just be mindful, because you do have some nerves and some arteries and stuff that kind of come around that kind of groin area. Just make sure you're not putting any compression on that, okay? So try to keep that kind of right in the front of that hip joint, so you're not cutting off any circulation. If something feels funny, tingly, modify your position. If it still hurts, just don't do it. So again, different planes. If you need a little more tension, scoot out. You can hold here, bring it up higher, different directions. Again, we can do a little figure four stretch. Grab here, pull it up towards you. This feels a great stretch. I feel a stretch in the hip, but also feel a big one in the buttock area as well, where that piriformis muscle runs. So this is a really great one to do to modify. Really opens up the hips and helps with range of motion. So if you have pain in the front of your hip when you're playing guard or doing guard retention, trying to get your hips or your knees kind of towards your chest, this is a great one to do to get some more movement in the hip joint, create a little more space, and decrease pain, decrease tension and tenderness in the front of the hip. So